Today we're talking about what $800,000 can buy you in Saskatoon. From luxury homes in upscale neighborhoods to serene acreages just outside the city and sleek penthouses with stunning views, Saskatoon's real estate market offers unmatched value at this price point. In this video, we'll explore a variety of properties that showcase some of the best Saskatoon has to offer. If you are thinking about buying, selling, investing, or relocating into Saskatoon, send me an email. My info's in the description below. Now, as I'd mentioned in some previous videos, between $700,000 and $800,000 does open up options for custom homes here in Saskatoon. You're going to see properties anywhere from 2,000 square feet up to 4,000 square feet in this price range, with anywhere from 4 to 6 bedrooms and 3 to 5 bathrooms. You're going to see premium upgrades including vaulted ceilings, spa-like master suites, custom kitchens with high-end appliances, large landscaped backyards with outdoor living spaces including patios, fire pits, and hot tubs, fully finished basements with home theaters or wet bars, as well as triple garages for extra storage space or recreational vehicles. Some of the neighborhoods you'll see these properties in include Briarwood, Rosewood, Evergreen, and Nutana. Now, this would be perfect for large families or just for entertaining guests. You'll also see acreages in this price range within a very short commute to Saskatoon, perhaps anywhere from 15 minutes outside of town up to 25 minutes from Saskatoon. And these properties will typically sit on anywhere from a 1-acre parcel up to perhaps a 3-acre or maybe even a 5-acre parcel within that short commute to Saskatoon. And they will, to a large degree, have a lot of the same specifications as I had just mentioned. Of course, if you're looking at a bungalow-style property, the square footage is probably going to be more along the lines of 1,450 square feet up to 1,700 square feet. If you are looking at apartment-style condos in this price range or townhouses, we had mentioned before that you will find bungalow-style townhouses in this price range. Now, between $700,000 and $800,000, you would probably be getting the most premium style of bungalow townhouses that are currently on the market, and they would more than likely be brand new units or they would be very new on the resale market. If you're looking at penthouse style apartments, you're not going to get the top floor, but you're going to get a lot of the same upgrades as what you would for the premium suites. You would get maybe a slightly smaller version, but it's still going to be some of the nicest apartments that you will find in Saskatoon, either downtown or at the Willows. You're still going to see high-end interiors. You're still going to see floor-to-ceiling windows, gourmet kitchens, and designer finishes. You're still going to see stunning views of either the golf course or the South Saskatchewan River or downtown skyline. You're going to have amenities such as fitness centers, rooftop terraces, and concierge service. And as I'd mentioned, you are starting to get into that price point where you can afford to build a custom home. Now, you're probably going to be into the entry level of what you would be considering for a custom home. But keep in mind, as we'd mentioned before, when you're building a brand new home, the pricing that is offered to you when you are building typically doesn't include landscaping, driveway, fencing, or basement. So even if you're building a property between $700,000 and $800,000, add another $100,000, maybe even a little bit more to that once it's a finished home. So keep in mind, if you're building a custom home at $800,000, that's very easily a $950,000 home once it's finally fully developed. And these can be really nice sweat equity options if you're buying into a new acreage development, or if you're buying a really nice unique lot and you build that property, you have it totally finished, you might actually have a little bit of a buffer where the property is worth more than what you're into it for once you're complete. Now, of course, it depends on how the market evolves from when you build it to when you assess it, but it's a really great opportunity. Again, if you're looking at investment properties, you can probably get into maybe a 4-plex or a 6-plex, maybe a very small apartment building, and it's going to vary largely depending on rents, as well as the condition of the property and the location. I will say this, $750,000 does seem to be a really nice sweet spot on the resale market for whatever reason. It just so happens to be that if you can find a fully developed home in that price range, it's a really good downsell option. So what I mean by that is, typically, as I'd mentioned on previous videos, your floor plan style homes, once they're fully developed and they're only a year or a couple years old, they're going to hit that $700,000 mark. Now, If you're going to take that same house and add some upgrades, or add a view, or add more square footage, and it's available on the open market, which is surprisingly rare, that's going to be about $750,000. Now, you will see buyers that will shop from $750,000 up to $950,000 and be frustrated by the give and take by some of what's offered on the market. You might find nicer, bigger homes that need substantially more work, which is part of the reason why I think $750,000 is a really good sweet spot when options come up on the market. As I just mentioned, they get sold in a very short period of time. I will say, as a general rule, between $700,000 and $800,000, it is most certainly slightly leaning towards a buyer's market. But again, people that are buying in this price range are typically, they need to sell a house, but it's typically also not the first time that they've ever bought a house. So in many cases, they know what they're looking for. Also, what I will say is when you're looking in this price range, it is a little bit of a moving target when you're looking to pinpoint the price. And so buyers are also typically educated buyers, and sellers might not know exactly where to price the home because there's always a wide range in what's offered, and there isn't always accurate comparables. So what you will sometimes see is that prices will adjust over time, and of course, some properties will be priced more competitively than others, and as a result of that, they may take longer than others to sell. If you are thinking about buying, selling, investing, or relocating in Saskatoon, send me an email. My info's in the description below. Otherwise, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for being here today. Have a lovely, fantastic day, and I will see you on this video next.